Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy John Wong here, back again with another video. And today we got probably one of the hottest sneaker releases of 2025. Alright, so this pickup is one that released during All-Star Weekend, and basically this was a really easy cop. I was waiting after like maybe 15 minutes when they dropped and they were still sitting. I was actually debating on whether or not I wanted to pull the trigger on these, but they're so nice. At the end of the day, I feel like they're a sneaker that's very fitting towards my liking. So with that being said, let's get the shoes out of the box and let's go. And if you guys have not seen my most recent video where I took a beat pair of Air Force 1s and I used Rejuvenator to bring them back to life again, make sure to go check that out afterwards. I'll have a link up here somewhere. And yeah, that was a really fun video to make, so check it out when you get the chance. But this sneaker I copped directly from Sneakers. And again, super easy pickup. Woo. All right. As you guys can see by the box, this is Michael Jordan. It's his face. I don't know if it's kind of scary. I know that Jordan Brand likes to do this where they put MJ's face on everything. However, I'm still really used to the classic Nike box. Yeah, I mean, it's a picture of Michael Jordan when he was younger. It's a pretty detailed design box. A little bit different from our standard normal Jordan boxes, but let's take the lid off. Ooh, the wrapping paper is actually kind of nice too. It's pretty detailed. Now we have like what seems to be like a drawn 1's logo that shows Nike. And then a little bit on the corner, we have a little picture here. I feel like it's a continuation of the rest of the design from the box. So that's really nice. Let's review the sneaker in 3, 2, 1. Oh man. All right, and then, okay. Oh, okay, I see how this is going. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. So I guess like on the wrapping paper, we have more of that Air Jordan branding, and it's in the form of like a drawing. And then we have like a little picture of MJ here, if you guys can see. Pretty cool. Unfold. And this is where the review comes in 3, 2, 1. Sheesh! Yes, sir! As you guys can see, we do have the Reimagined Jordan 1 Black Toes. But yeah, let's take a closer look into the outer side of the wrapping paper. And there are so many little details. As you guys can see, there's like a lot of pictures of Jordan. I think that's pretty cool. It's obviously paying homage to him at the time from when the Black Toes came out. We have a little bit of that skyline that, you know, Jordan loves to include in his sneakers. We have a picture of the Black Toes in which Jordan is, you know, holding them around his shoulders. That was like the first Black Toes to release. We got some drawn on 1's logos, probably of like when they were thinking of designing this 1's logo with like some Nike on the branding. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Very nice for the packaging. Ooh, and back to the box. On the inside of it, we see the 1's logo and a little bit of writing on the bottom that says special attention, Michael Jordan. So this has a lot of little details to the box, and it's kind of cool. But yep, this sneaker release was definitely one that a lot of sneakerheads were excited for when they first announced that the Black Toes were being reimagined from Jordan Brand. A lot of people love the Black Toes because it's an OG colorway when it comes to the Jordan 1s. And I honestly like the Black Toes a lot. As you guys know, red is my favorite color. So anytime I see a Jordan 1 with red on the back, you already know that I have to swoop it up. I feel like it's a shoe that's very fitting towards me. And it's kind of crazy because even though a lot of people were really excited for this release, there are actually a lot of pairs still sitting in stores. And that's just because Nike decided to release a huge quantity of them, so there is a huge surplus at the end of the day. Nevertheless, I'm pretty sure that on Sneakers, as of right now, these are sold out, and that's how you guys can tell that this is a really sought after sneaker. I remember the Black Toes that released in, I want to say, was it 2015? Or 16, they were reselling for about like 700, 800 bucks. Given that we are able to see a retro pair or a reimagined pair You know, it gives us another chance, another opportunity to own a pair of OG Jordan 1s. And the great thing about this specific release of the Reimagined Black Toe 1s is that this was intended to resemble the original 1985 Black Toes in all of its little details and specifics that I will go over in just a second. Alright y'all, so I actually wanted to clarify that the Reimagined Black Toe 1s are actually supposed to resemble the prototypes of the 1985 Black Toes. This one never released to the general public. However, when they first released pictures of the Black Toe 1s, the Air Jordan logo was the branding on the shoe. It was not until later on in which the Wings logo was invented because they wanted to improve their branding. Now, I go about the video basically saying that this was the original look of the sneaker. This is why I like it. However, that's not the case. That was just something I didn't know on my end, but now I did some additional research. So the more you know, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear, and back to the video. It's just crazy how the times have changed. Well, we live in a time right now when OG Jordan 1 colorways are widely available and you can pretty much get them, walk into a store and get them for retail. If we went back 10 years ago, people would be killing each other online just so they could secure a pair of Black Toes. And I even remember the Black Toe 1 lows that released, I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, and nobody wanted those. I got a pair. I thought they would be selling for at least something, and they just sat, and I ended up returning them back to Nike because I didn't really want them. You know, at the end of the day, it was an OG colorway. Now, the main difference between the Reimagined Black Toes to the other Black Toes that have released in the past is that there's actually the Air Jordan logo around the ankle area. On other pairs, we have seen the Wings logo, which is much newer. And like that picture on the box, which is actually kind of fuzzy, we see that Jordan is holding the original 1985 Black Toes with this same exact logo. So again, this reimagined iteration of the sneaker is supposed to resemble that pair. These shoes are so beautiful, and I think the Black Toe color blocking is my favorite of all the different color schemes when it comes to the Jordan 1s. Aside from the Chicagos and the Breads, when it comes to the Black Toes, I feel like there's something so subtle about just the white in the front, something very simplistic, yet you get a whole bunch of color in the back. So anytime we get like a clean white toe box and a bunch of color in the back, that's my favorite color blocking of the Jordan 1s. And I was just asking myself if I really needed this pair. I mean, I already have 3 pairs of Jordan 1s. One is already red, and I'll be honest, I don't need it. However, it's something nice to own in my collection. I feel like when it comes to red sneakers, I'm always gonna have a soft spot in my heart for them. But I feel like this is definitely gonna be in my top 5 best sneaker releases of 2025. I know it's February, but this is already one of the best ones that we've seen. One of the best ones we've seen in a while. So let's go into the shoe right now, talk about the features and characteristics of the shoe. All right, so starting off with the upper, we do have a white leather toe box, followed by a black leather mudguard. Now, I'll be honest that when it comes to the leather on this pair, it's actually pretty poor quality. I was kind of hoping for the construction to be a little bit better, but that's what happens when there are mass quantities being released at a time. Now, staying on the toe box, we do have the standard perforation holes that pretty much every Jordan 1 includes. Now, moving over to the tongue area, we do have that black leather that follows along the lace holes. Going over to the laces, we do have a pair of red laces. However, the sneaker also comes with black laces as well. I probably will be including the black laces instead. I feel like it's very fitting for a black and red kind of shoe. I think the red is a little too much and a little too childish for my liking. However, if you guys like the red one, I feel like they look good as well. Another option is to put in a pair of cream laces. I feel like that will look really good as well. I just don't want to overdo the cream aesthetic when it comes to like having all my sneakers with those kind of laces. Continuing along the tongue, we do have a black nylon construction. And then on the tongue tab here, we do have the Nike Air written in red on a black tab. Now, I love this pop of red that just contrasts with the rest of the black on the sneaker. I feel like it just pops very nicely. Moving over to the side profile of the sneaker, we do have a black swoosh. Under that, we have our white leather construction once again. And then on top of that, we have the Air Jordan logo that is written into the side of the ankle. Now, the Air Jordan logo is embossed into the sneaker. Now, a lot of people don't prefer the Air Jordan logo. I think a lot of people like the Wings logo a lot better. Personally, for me, if this was how the original pair looked, I gotta stay true to it, and I'm okay with it. I'm actually pretty tolerant of this looking different from all the other Jordan 1s. As we transition over to the back of the sneaker, we do have that varsity red that is featured and most known for the black toe colorway. And then as we move over to the top of the side profile, around the ankle area, we have this hidden message written in script, and I think it's very cool. You can barely see it if you're not wearing the sneaker, but it reads "My very best, signed Michael Jordan." Now I believe this message is embossed into the sneaker, and it's very thin and it's almost translucent where you can't even see it. You kind of have to bring it into the light where you get to read that message. Transitioning over to the midsole of the sneaker, here we do have a cream midsole, and it's supposed to look aged and worn down. Typically for all the reimagined pairs, they do have a much more vintage aesthetic to it, obviously to resemble the original pair and how old they are. I know that the original black toes have the white midsole, but when it comes to this eggshell cream colorway, I think it looks nice. And then as we transition over to the outsole of the sneaker, we do have our varsity red outsole with the typical Jordan 1 traction patterning here. And going into the insoles of the sneaker, we do have our typical Jordan 1 insoles. Now they're not the best, but they're a little soft, a little cushioned. Jordan 1s are not supposed to be the most comfortable sneaker, but we also see a little bit of Nike Air in black. And yeah, just a typical regular Jordan 1 midsole. And in terms of sizing, this fits just like how any other Jordan 1 might fit on you. So for me, that's true to size. I go with the size 10. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is a super fire sneaker. I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to keep it. However, I think I'm gonna have to do it because this is really, really nice, really beautiful. I think when it comes to the black toe 1s, you know, amongst all the different collaborations, all the different color blockings on Jordan 1s, this has definitely got to be in my top 5 favorite colorways of Jordan 1s of all time. So yep, there we have it. The Air Jordan 1 reimagined in the black toe colorway. Man, I love the red on this. I just cannot get enough. All right, y'all, so that pretty much wraps up my video for today. Now, I'd like to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the reimagined black toe 1s? Do you like them? Do you think that they're trash? What do you think about the Air Jordan logo on the side? Do you prefer the wings logo? Are you able to tolerate this? Let me know in the comments because I do want to hear from you guys. And as always, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. This is probably going to be one of my favorite releases of 2025. We do have the reimagined black toes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!